Thank you. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I, Sakal Bhatt, on behalf of Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, welcome you all to this very, very special occasion, the launch of Azadi ki Amrit Kahaniyan, a series of short inspirational videos in collaboration with Netflix. I begin by extending a very, very warm welcome to our chief guest for the occasion, Shri Anurag Singh Thakurji, Honorable Minister of Information and Broadcasting, Youth Affairs and Sports, along with Minister of State, Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, Dr. L. Murugan. I also welcome Secretary, Information and Broadcasting, Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, Shri Apurva Chandraji, and a very warm welcome to Ms. Bella Bajaria, Global Head of Television and Overseas Series and Films in India, Netflix. मैं स्वागत करना चाहूँगी हमारे 3 खास मेहमानों का, बसंती देवी, अंशु जनसेम्पा और हर्षनी कान्हेकर. These are our magnificent women change makers, जिनकी जीवन की कहानी और इनके जैसे कई भारतवासियों की कहानियाँ बनाती है आज़ादी की अमृत कहानियाँ. And also extending a very, very warm welcome to the officials of Ministry of Information Broadcasting, officials of Netflix, distinguished guests and members of media fraternity. And ladies and gentlemen, today's event is a collaborative effort between the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, Government of India and Netflix in celebrating Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Ladies and gentlemen, now to formally welcome our esteemed panel and also as a mark of our gratitude, I request Ambika Khurana, Director Public Policy, Netflix, to welcome our dignitaries on the dais. We welcome Shri Anurag Thakurji, Honorable Minister of Information and Broadcasting. Please, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. Minister of State. Also welcoming Minister of State, Dr. L. Muruganji. Thank you so much, sir. And a very warm welcome to Secretary, Information and Broadcasting, Shri Apurva Chandraji. Thank you so much, sir. And now I request Shri Chaitanya Prasad, Officer on Special Duty, Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, to extend our heartiest welcome to Ms. Bella Bajaria, Global Head of Television, Netflix. Also welcoming our protagonists of Azadi Ki Amrit Kahaniyan, हमारे 3 खास मेहमान, बसंती देवी. Anshu Jansempa and Harshini Kanhekar. और हम कुछ ही देर में इनकी कहानियाँ भी आप तक पहुँचाएंगे, कहानियाँ जो हम सबको प्रेरित करेंगी. मैं चैतन्य प्रसाद जी से निवेदन करूंगी कि वो इन सबको इन्होंने सम्मानित किया है और हम अब will move ahead with the proceedings of the day. And ladies and gentlemen, as I just mentioned a while back, Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav commemorates 75 years of independence and the glorious history and legacy. And this Mahotsav is dedicated to Indians, instrumental in enabling Prime Minister Narendra Modi's vision of Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, Sabka Vishwas, Sabka Prayas. And as an extension to this very initiative is the launch of Azadi Ki Amrit Kahaniyan. And first in the series, women changemakers have been featured for their extraordinary feats. And to share more about this, I would like to invite Shri Apurva Chandraji, Secretary, Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, to share more details with us. Sir.
Respected Shri Anurag Thakurji, Shri Muruganji, I would like to welcome you all to this very important occasion. जब हम आज पहली बार नेटफ्लिक्स के साथ जो हमारा कोलैबोरेशन था उसको हम साकार करते हुए 3 बड़ी हस्तियां जो आज हमारे साथ यहाँ उपस्थित हैं, 3 महिलाएं जिन्होंने बहुत कुछ करके दिखाया है, उनकी हम 2 मिनट की फिल्म्स आज लॉन्च करेंगे, जो कि नेटफ्लिक्स ने आज़ादी का अमृत महोत्सव के उपलक्ष्य में वुमेन एम्पावरमेंट सीरीज़ में पहली बार जो शुरू करी है। माननीय मंत्री और राज्य मंत्री जी जब से ज्वाइन हुए, उन्होंने समझा कि OTT कितना महत्वपूर्ण हो गया है हमारे कम्युनिकेशन स्ट्रेटजी में, और इसीलिए पहली बार जब हमारा गोवा पिछले वर्ष में हुआ, पहली बार हमने OTT को सम्मिलित किया अपने IFI के अंदर, और नेटफ्लिक्स ने भी IFI के अंदर बहुत बड़ा योगदान किया। उन्होंने 2 फिल्में वहाँ पर प्रीमियर करी। धमाका फिल्म उन्होंने ऑल इंडिया प्रीमियर किया, और पावर ऑफ द डॉग उसका भी इंडिया प्रीमियर वहाँ पर किया। गॉबलिन्स इंस्टीट्यूट का वहाँ पर उन्होंने मास्टर क्लास करी, और हमारे साथ एक कोलैबोरेशन एग्रीमेंट हुआ जिसका आज पहली कड़ी है, जिसके अंदर हम ये 3 फिल्में आज जिनका विमोचन हो रहा है। साथ ही साथ नेटफ्लिक्स जगह जगह पर मास्टर क्लासेस करेगा। Netflix will be organizing master classes in various places of the country and spotting the young talent and giving them the opportunity to take their stories abroad. COVID led to a lot of disruptions throughout the world, but I think while there were a lot of ill events associated with COVID, but one of the better things was that we got access to Netflix and the OTT platforms, and we all became addicted. The time we spent on Netflix during that period of the lockdown, I don't think we could ever have done if it was a working period, and I think for that, we must thank Netflix for giving us this opportunity, keeping us entertained during the lockdown period. I would like to also welcome Ms. Bela Bajaria, who is the global head of TV of Netflix. She is responsible for all the content which is being created and taking these stories of India abroad. Netflix is a platform which has given a huge opportunity to the talent of India, young talent of India. Their stories can now be told throughout the world, and there are so many of the Indian serials which have become popular abroad. We look forward to our collaboration with Netflix, a continuing collaboration, and as a part of this Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, this is the first of the series on the women empowerment, and now we look forward to some more clips on sustainable development. And a deeper collaboration, perhaps we will have a long-running serial on our independence and freedom struggle, and we look forward to that also, and because those are the stories which need to be told throughout the world. Thank you, and I welcome all the Netflix team, and especially the 3 achievers, बसंती देवी जो हमारे साथ आज उपलब्ध है, हर्षिनी कनेकर और अंशु जिन्होंने बहुत कुछ अचीव किया है, और उनकी 2 मिनट की फिल्म्स अभी आपको देखने को मिलेंगी। धन्यवाद।
Thank you very much, sir, for that welcome address. And now, ladies and gentlemen, in a moment from now, we will give you a sneak peek to our first set of short videos of Super 7. We like to call them Super 7. That's Super 7 for you. And how they have broken the glass ceiling. What you are now going to witness are women achievers from diverse backgrounds with one commonality, that they have fought against all odds to be there where they are today as we speak. The trailer also features, we must tell you, narration by acclaimed Indian actress Neena Gupta. Let me introduce these Super 7, out of which 3 are present amongst us here. We start with Basanti Devi. Basanti Devi, she's an inspirational environmentalist and Padma awardee from Pithoragarh. She's credited for raising awareness and saving the Kosi River from drying up. We also have with us Anshu Jansempa, a mountaineer and the first woman in the world to scale Mount Everest twice in a season, and the fastest double summiter to do so within 5 days, just flat 5 days. Harshini Kanhekar is also with us today. She's the first woman firefighter in India. She joined the list of women being recognized and honored under the Bharat Ki Lakshmi campaign by Honorable Prime Minister. Poonam Nautiyal, a health worker, is credited for ensuring 100% vaccination in Bageshwar district. Also, Dr. Tessie Thomas is also known as the Missile Woman of India. Tessie Thomas is a scientist at the DRDO, Defense Research and Development Organization. We also have Arohi Pandit, one amongst the Super Seven, the world's first woman pilot to cross the Atlantic Ocean and Pacific Ocean solo in a light sport aircraft. And Tanvi Jagadish. She's a surfer and a stand-up paddler from Mangaluru in Karnataka. She's the only female surfer to have represented India in international events and won 6 consecutive international medals for us, for the country. और अब मैं निवेदन करूंगी हमारे सूचना एवं प्रसारण मंत्री श्री अनुराग ठाकुर जी का, आजादी की अमृत कहानियों के इस खूबसूरत ट्रेलर का बटन दबाकर लॉन्च करें सर।
75 साल की आजादी इस देश की महिलाओं की हकीकत है। उनके हर सांस में है आजादी।
अगर किसी ने कोई चीज करी नहीं है तो इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि आप वो नहीं कर सकते हो।
और हर जीत में है आजादी।
When you do something out of the box, it's very important to push the norms.
आजादी उनके मन की ताकत है।
महिलाएं जीवन दे सकती हैं तो महिलाएं जीवन बचा भी सकती हैं।
और इस जज्बे के पीछे है प्रकृति की अमर शक्तियां। तो तैयार हो जाइए 7 प्रेरणादायक महिलाओं की आजादी की अमृत कहानियां जल्द ही सुनने के लिए। सूचना एवं प्रसारण मंत्रालय और नेटफ्लिक्स द्वारा प्रस्तुत।
A huge, huge round of applause, please, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. And we are very, very delighted to have with us Ms. Bella Bajaria this afternoon. Bella Bajaria is the head of Global TV and responsible for all of the Netflix's scripted and unscripted TV series around the world. In India, Bella's team manages the whole content slate, from television series to films. I request Ms. Bajaria to share her thoughts. Once again, a huge welcome to you, ma'am.
Thank you. Good afternoon. It's so nice to be here. So I'm excited to be here today amongst the Honorable Minister of Information and Broadcasting, Mr. Amrit Kahaniyan, the Honorable Minister of State, Dr. Murugan, and the Secretary of the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, Mr. Apurva Chandra, and all of you, the esteemed guests and the audience. So given my family roots in India, I have a special connection with the country. As a home to one of the world's most vibrant entertainment industries, India is remarkably well-placed to lead the era of internet entertainment. And it's very powerful to tell these stories from India to the rest of the world. And we have seen stories exported from Hollywood to the world. And now what is exciting is to be a part of this time where we're seeing these Indian stories in film and series exported to the entire world. I do truly believe that a kid in Dublin can be inspired by a story about someone in Delhi, or someone living in Kota can be inspired by a woman from Chennai. Today, Indian talent is shining and breaking through, and the best Indian stories are being discovered, loved, and recognized on the global stage. It is this potential that excites us at Netflix, and me personally, to be honest, and we feel very privileged to have the opportunity to work with India's amazing creative community, which I have had the privilege of the last week meeting with and really connecting and hearing from the creative community locally. Today, I'm thrilled to share that Netflix has partnered with the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting to celebrate a wonderful initiative to acknowledge the evolution of India over the past 75 years by celebrating its beautiful art and culture, history, and stories, right? A really amazing, rich history of storytelling and cinema in the country. And with this partnership, Netflix has created a series of short videos based on real-life stories, aimed to celebrate the achievements of extraordinary people from all corners of India. The first set of videos, as you heard about, will feature stories of women from different parts of the country with diverse backgrounds and areas of expertise. These incredible women have one thing in common. They have fought against the odds to realize their dreams. They may have pursued something that was a little unexpected or maybe not something that sort of was their path. And you really are such role models for all of us and for many generations to come. Because I do think there is the power of representation right, there's a saying, if you can see it, you can be it. And I think to see these women break these barriers and to be able to actually get these out on video so many people can see them is a very powerful thing. So Netflix has been at the forefront of bringing female-forward stories with titles such as Fame Game, starring the amazing Madhuri Dixit, our recently released series, Mai, that is being watched and appreciated widely, and Aranyak and many more. Our commitment to India is strong and growing, and we will continue to find the country's finest stories, and we really will share them all over the world. We would like to extend our deepest gratitude to the government of India and also congratulate and thank the women changemakers who have joined us today for giving us an opportunity to tell their wonderful and inspirational stories. Right, we want to share storytelling from all around the world, and we're only as good as our stories. And these are 3 very inspiring stories that you see here today and in the rest of the initiative. So thank you for having me. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Ms. Bajaria. And now, ladies and gentlemen, comes the moment when we get to celebrate the stories of grit and determination of these very, very special women with us. They are women with extraordinary stories, very inspiring, you'll get to know. Let me have the honor of bringing to you their success stories. We begin with presenting, in fact, proudly presenting first, Basanti Devi ji. अपनी कोशिशों के जरिए बसंती देवी ने वन विभाग और गांव की महिलाओं को अपने इस अभियान में शामिल कर लिया है, जो अब जंगलों को फिर से जीवन देने के अभियान को भी आगे बढ़ा रही हैं बसंती देवी। बसंती जी को देश ने भी सलाम किया और इसलिए उन्हें महिलाओं को दिए जाने वाले सबसे बड़ा पुरस्कार नारी शक्ति से भी नवाजा गया है। पद्म पुरस्कार से सम्मानित बसंती जी कई सालों से कोसी नदी के लिए जागरूकता अभियान चला रही है ताकि कोसी नदी इतिहास का हिस्सा न बन जाए। Can we please play the video, please? Basanti Devi for you, ladies and gentlemen.
जल है तभी जीवन है, जल ही नहीं होगा न जिंदा रहेंगे न जमीन में कुछ होगा तो मनुष्य कैसे बचेगा। जल है तब जीवन है।
ये उस महिला की कहानी है जिसका जोश जल की तरह बहता है। ये है बसंती देवी, उत्तराखंड की कोसी नदी की रक्षक। इनके लिए आजादी का मतलब है जल और जगत की रक्षा करना।
जल जंगल जमीन का मैंने 17-18 साल से शुरू किया। जो कोसी नदी थी उसमें पानी नहीं था और जंगल सब कट गया था। तो एक दिन महिलाएं मुझे मिली रास्ते में और तो वो जंगली काटने के लिए जा रही। तो मैंने फिर उनसे कहा क्यों काटते हो इतना। उन्होंने कहा दीदी एक हम ही नहीं लाते हैं, गांव वाले लाते हैं। तो मैंने कहा तुम मेरा साथ दोगे मैं तुम्हारा साथ दूंगी। तो जाएंगे उनका संगठन बनाएंगे। फिर उनका संगठन बनाया। दूसरे दिन से फिर जंगल बचाने का काम किया। जब मेरे पूरे लोग मेरे साथ रहेंगे तब हमने वृक्षारोपण किया, जंगल बचाने का काम किया मेरे साथ। फिर तो कोसी माँ को हाथ में ऐसे पानी लेकर फिर बाद में 15 दिन की पदयात्रा भी की। तब उन्होंने कहा माँ आज तक आपने हमको जिंदा रखा, अब हम आपको जिंदा रखेंगे। अब स्रोतों में भी पानी है, धारों में भी, और मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगता है जो कोसी नदी में जब पानी जाता है सीधे। मुझे जो मैं बालवाड़ी में काम करती थी मुझे महीने का 50 रुपया मिलता था। 50 रुपये में खाना रहना जो भी करना था वो करते थे। पर आज इतना बड़ा सम्मान मिला जब लोगों ने मुझको कहा कि तुमको पद्मश्री पुरस्कार मिल रहा है। सबसे बड़ी बात तो यही है कि इतने लोगों ने मुझे कहाँ से बुलाया, ये सबसे बड़ी बात है। जल की तरह मैं भी बहती रहूँगी और जल की सेवा करूँगी।
बसंती देवी की कहानी भारत के इतिहास के पन्नों से अगली पीढ़ी के कानों तक एक नदी की तरह बहती रहेगी। भारत की प्रेरणादायक महिलाओं की कहानियां लेकर हम जल्द ही लौट आएंगे। आजादी की अमृत कहानियां सूचना एवं प्रसारण मंत्रालय और नेटफ्लिक्स द्वारा प्रस्तुत।
एक बार फिर से जोर से तालियां बसंती जी के लिए, जिनका जोश जल की तरह निरंतर बहेगा, आगे भी बहेगा। And now, ladies and gentlemen, sitting next to Basanti ji is Anshu Jamsempa. She's a mountaineer and the first woman in the world to scale the summit of Mount Everest twice in a season and the fastest double summiter to do so within 5 days only. She was also awarded India's fourth highest civilian award, the Padma Shri, in the year 2021, and Tenzing Norgay National Adventure Award in 2017. And once again, proudly presenting before you, Anshu Jamsempa.
I get the sense of freedom when I'm in the mountain, because for me it's like meditation. You're in a majestical spiritual realm, and I always get that spiritual feeling whenever I'm there.
She's the mountaineer who climbed to the top of the world. This is Anshu Jamsempa, the first woman to scale Mount Everest twice in a season. And for her, Azadi means making her way up in the world.
I always wanted to do something big and different in my life. I wanted to try anything and everything, whatever comes in my way. I was like that. It's every mountaineer's dream to climb Everest. For me, at that time, it was a far distance dream. I didn't have the courage, but I wanted to try myself. I wanted to see whether, I can do it or not. Secretly, I promised to myself that I'll climb Everest one day. More than physical, you need mental fitness. This way, you can test yourself. Not only physically, mentally, financially, everything you have to push yourself. I used to continuously ask my Sherpa, what do you think that I'll be able to climb Everest? And he said that, I assured you, you can not only climb once, but you can climb twice. So from there, I got the idea. In 2011, I wanted to do it less than a week, but I couldn't do it. So in 2017, again I went, and finally I could achieve. I did it within 5 days. And I made this world record by climbing Everest twice. Mountaineering is definitely a male-dominated sport, but that thing pushed me. I never thought that I'm a woman or I wouldn't be able to do it. So all these thoughts I never let come into my mind, because that makes you weak, and then the discrimination starts from there itself. I'm a force of nature. I've scaled great heights, but my journey is not yet over. Hopefully, my story inspires you to chase after your dreams.
Anshu Jamsempa's story to the top of the world will inspire more Indians to reach even greater heights. Azadi ki Amrit Kahaniyan, presented by the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting and Netflix, will be back with more stories of women who can inspire generations to come.
Another huge round of applause, please, and we can proudly say that Anshu ka jo jazba hai, it's rock solid. Than the Mount Everest itself. Thank you so much, Anshu, for being here. And now, there she is, smiling. Harshni Kanhekar, she's the first woman firefighter in India, and she joined the list of women being recognized and honored under the Bharat Ki Lakshmi campaign by the Honorable Prime Minister, the National Fire Service College of Nagpur. This is something important. Never ever saw a uniform-clad woman walk out of its gate before her. This is her story. Can we please play the video?
मुमकिन और नामुमकिन क्या होता है? अगर किसी ने कोई चीज़ करी नहीं है तो इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि आप वो नहीं कर सकते हो। आप वो शुरू करके आप उसके पायनियर ज़रूर बन सकते हो। तो आई एम द फायर फाइटर, और वो मैंने कर दिखाया है।
ये है उस महिला की कहानी जो आग की तरह जलती रही। ये है हर्षनी कानेकर, भारत की पहली महिला फायर फाइटर, और इनके लिए आज़ादी का मतलब है किसी भी आग का सामना करना।
मेरा पहला सपना था कि मैं एयरफोर्स ज्वाइन करूं फ्लाइंग ब्रांच में, और वो एग्ज़ाम मैंने पास नहीं किया जो हम लाइफ में एक ही बार दे सकते हैं। आई सेड कि ओके, ये वर्दी नहीं तो मैं कोई और वर्दी पहनूंगी और देश की सेवा करूंगी। फायर कॉलेज में एडमिशन लेने का विचार ही बहुत चैलेंजिंग था। वो विचार तो किया और एडमिशन भी लिया मैंने, क्योंकि ये मैं नहीं सुनना चाहती थी कि लड़कियों पे कोई उंगली उठाए। ये हेलमेट जूता पहन के ये लड़की कहाँ जा रही होगी? फिर लोगों को पता चला कि फायर कॉलेज में जा रही है। अरे ये तो लड़कों का फील्ड है, लड़की कहाँ जाएगी, कब तक रहेगी ये लड़की, कब तक टिकेगी? जो भी निगेटिव आया उसको मैंने एक बूस्टिंग की तरह लेके उसको पॉजिटिव में बदला. सो वो मुझ में आग थी कि जो भी नेगेटिव आएगा आई विल कन्वर्ट इट टू पॉजिटिव एंड डू माय बेस्ट. मैं अकेले जाके वहाँ पे परेड करती थी पूरे कॉलेज में. सब लोग आके मुझे पूछते थे, हर्षिनी यू मस्ट बी फीलिंग गॉड. आई यूज्ड टू से नो, दे मस्ट बी फीलिंग गॉड. गाँव की महिलाएं सब जमा होते थे हमारे फायर टेंडर को देखने के लिए, मुझे देखने के लिए. वो बाद में आके मुझे आशीर्वाद देके कि बेटा आप अच्छा काम कर रहे हो. और एक लगता था कि अपने बच्चों को वो बता रहे होंगे इनडायरेक्टली कि तुम भी ये कर सकते हो, तुम भी ये फील्ड में जा सकते हो. आई वॉन्ट टू वैनिश दैट डिफरेंस कि लड़कियां नहीं कर सकती है. वो क्या है, इतनी क्या चीज़ है कि जहाँ पे लड़की नहीं जा सकती है. जैसे आई एम हार्डकोर बाइकर, तो मेरे बाइक को थोड़ी ना मालूम है कि लड़का चला रहे कि लड़की चला रही. इट्स लाइक जस्ट लाइक दैट. सो इट्स वेरी अननेचुरल इफ वी लिमिट एनीवन ऑन जेंडर बेसिस. मेरी आशा है कि मेरी कहानी सुन के आपके अंदर भी कोई चिंगारी भड़क जाए.
हर्षिनी कान्हेकर की कहानी करोड़ों भारतीयों के लिए एक ज्योत बन के जलती रहेगी. भारत की प्रेरणादायक महिलाओं की कहानियां लेकर हम जल्द ही लौट आएंगे. आजादी की अमृत कहानियां सूचना एवं प्रसारण मंत्रालय और नेटफ्लिक्स द्वारा प्रस्तुत.
आग से खेलने वाली हर्षिनी. हम इन सबके जज्बे को एक बार फिर से सलाम करते हैं एक जोरदार तालियों के साथ, प्लीज. थैंक यू. और ये बनता भी है कि इनसे हम कुछ इनकी कहानी के बारे में सुने. अगर इनमें से कोई कुछ बोलना चाहे. हर्षिनी, बसंती जी. हर्षिनी, प्लीज गो अहेड.
Respected dignitaries on dais and everyone present here. Jai Hind, myself Harshini Bapurao Kanekar, and on behalf of all women achievers present here, I'm taking this opportunity to thanks Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, Netflix, for making this effort to create our stories and make sure to reach it to the country level and across the globe. मैं तहे दिल से शुक्रिया करती हूँ. I'm feeling very proud to share this dais with such great ladies here, and I'm very much thankful. Thank you. Thank you.
थैंक यू सो मच हर्षिनी जी. आज़ादी का अमृत महोत्सव और आज़ादी की अमृत कहानियाँ is also about celebrating India, ladies and gentlemen, celebrating being Indian, and also it is the story of rising भारत. और ये एक बहुत बड़ी पहल है सूचना एवं प्रसारण मंत्रालय की तरफ से. Now I would like to request Honorable Minister of Information and Broadcasting, Shri Anurag Thakur ji, Minister of State, Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, Dr. L. Murugan ji, Secretary, Information and Broadcasting Ministry, Shri Apurv Chandra ji and Ms. Bella Bajaria, to kindly step forward here near the dais so that we start with the felicitation process, please. We will felicitate our women change makers. I would now like to request Honorable Minister and Honorable MOS, Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, and also Bella Bajaria ji, as a mark of appreciation and recognition of their feat. मैं मंत्री जी और हमारे सभी dignitaries से निवेदन करूंगी कि वो हमारे special women change makers को felicitate करें. और हम शुरुआत करते हैं बसंती देवी जी से. बसंती जी आइए. आप आइए. नहीं, आप इधर से आ जाइए. यहाँ से थोड़ा सा. हाँ, थोड़ी सी जगह. बहुत बहुत तालियां. Stand. I now request our dignitaries on the dais to honor Anshu Jansempa. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together. And now I request Harshini to kindly step forward and accept, yes. And I request our dignitaries to felicitate. Harshni ji also. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for these magnificent women. Now for the photo op, please. और अब मैं मंत्री महोदय जी श्री अनुराग ठाकुर जी से निवेदन करूंगी कि वो कुछ शब्द कहें. सर.
Dignitaries on the dais, ladies and gentlemen, Namaskar, a very good afternoon to all of you. On 15th of August 2022, India marks the 75th year of its independence. And to commemorate this momentous occasion, Prime Minister Modi inaugurated Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav on 12th March 2021 on the anniversary of Dandi March, 75 weeks before the 75th anniversary. Since then, India has come together to celebrate the Mahotsav through more than 25,000 events in all states, union territories, and in 150 countries across the world. The plank of Jan Bhagidari has been at the core of this commemoration, transforming the Mahotsav with the mass movement. जन भागीदारी से जन आंदोलन बनाने का प्रयास किया है. Ministry of Information Broadcasting has been a vital part of Amrit Mahotsav and taking forward the spirit of celebration through a series of activities, through special broadcast on radio, television, and many programs have been telecasted in the last so many years. Today we are here to launch the Azadi Ki Amrit Kahaniyan. We are celebrating Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, and this is one of the initiatives to celebrate the achievement of women and others who inspire us across India. Azadi Ki Amrit Kahaniyan, the phrase has three terms: Azadi, Amrit, or Kahaniyan. Azadi means independence, the right to self-determination. The connotation becomes wider for a woman, who has to fight the stereotypes and taboos as well. Emancipation of a woman is the hallmark of emancipation index of a society. Amrit, Azadi is Amrit, the nectar which makes one immortal. Those who sacrifice their life for Azadi becomes immortal. And Kahaniyan, you would appreciate that the characters of stories remains the same ever. Characters of the stories of freedom became immortal. Azadi or freedom is just not one event. The nation and the society needs constant stream of heroes. And please don't confuse it with the hero of any Bollywood or Hollywood movie. The hero can be anyone, a man or a woman, their work. Ministry of Information Broadcasting and Netflix have partnered to launch Azadi Ki Amrit Kahaniyan. And I would like to thank Bela and her team and the Netflix for coming on board as partner to showcasing the achievement of our unsung heroes. But they have been recognized over the last few years for their good work. This initiative aims to bring out beautiful stories of inspirational Indians and shall motivate and empower more people to achieve their goals. This is a long-term partnership where different themes and diverse stories will be highlighted to inspire Indians from every corner of the country. Netflix will be producing 25 to 30 videos on themes including women empowerment, environment, and sustainable development, and related to other days of significance from the 15th August, which are Independence Day, to Rashtriya Ekta Divas, which is 30th October. Through this partnership, Netflix will be producing 2-minute short films made for the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, which shall be shared on through social media platforms and broadcast on Doordarshan network. The first set of videos is of women narrating their experiences in breaking the glass ceiling. They are demonstrated as forces of nature as they speak about what Azadi means to them. However, they have one thing in common. They have fought against all odds to achieve their goals. These videos are made in a manner to inspire more and more Indians to fulfill their dreams. To celebrate Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting and Netflix will continue to partner to organize training workshops and master classes to encourage filmmakers in India to create inspiring content on various topics in continuation of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. As we are celebrating 75 years of independence, I'll request Ms. Bela to not restrict at 30 videos as we are celebrating 75th year of independence. Let's make it 75, which can go with Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. One example, what the work we are doing with Netflix is to create more content locally and also to have master classes, train people for the content creation in the different sectors. One example of this is the script writing workshop for women script writers organized in partnership with the NFDC. Similarly, the ministry and Netflix will partner to develop the creative ecosystem by organizing training programs for post-production, VFX, animation, music production, amongst other things. These workshops will be organized on ground and virtually and at film festivals like International Film Festival of India, which we organize every year in Goa, and also at the Mumbai International Film Festival, amongst others. We are here to celebrate the stories of women achievers and also share it with the world, not only with India, but across the world. और उन 7 में से, वैसे तो पूर्वोत्तर की बात करें, नॉर्थ ईस्ट की बात करें तो 7 सिस्टर स्टेट्स की बात की जाती है, 7 देवियों की बात की जाती है. यहाँ 7 ऐसी महिलाओं की बात की जा रही है जिन्होंने अपने जीवन में बहुत कुछ किया है और उनमें से 3 देवियाँ यहाँ पर उपस्थित हैं. मैं चाहता हूँ एक बार जोरदार करताल ध्वनि के साथ इनका स्वागत अभिनंदन किया जाए. प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी ने बेटी बचाओ बेटी पढ़ाओ और महिला सशक्तिकरण और इन सब पर तो बहुत काम किया ही है. जहां एक और सरकार काम करती है, दूसरी ओर समाज में काम करने वालों को जब रिकॉग्नाइज किया जाता है, ऑनर किया जाता है, तो अपने आप में बहुत लोगों के लिए प्रेरणा बन जाते हैं. तो ऐसी इंस्पिरेशन, ऐसी प्रेरणा देने वाली 3 महिलाएं हमारे बीच में हैं. बसंती, नाम सुनते ही आपके मन में 40 साल पुरानी पिक्चर शोले की याद आती होगी. हेमा जी का वो रोल 40 साल के बाद भी, 3 पीढ़ियों के बाद भी, जैसे बसंती नाम आता है तो 40 साल पुराने हेमा जी नजर आती हैं. उस पिक्चर में हेमा जी की सादगी, मासूमियत और साथ में जोश और जज्बा भी देखने को मिलता है. यहाँ बसंती देवी जी हैं जो उतनी ही सादगी भरी हैं, जोश और जुनून की भी कोई कमी नहीं है, जिन्होंने जंगलों से लेकर कोशी रवि तक को बचाने के लिए अपना जीवन समर्पित कर दिया. उनके 4 दशक की 40 साल की कहानी को आज देश और दुनिया में ले जाने का काम भारत सरकार और नेटफ्लिक्स कर रही है। शोले की बसंती ने मनोरंजन किया होगा, पिथौरागढ़ की बसंती देवी जी ने मनोरंजन तो नहीं लेकिन प्रेरणा देने का बहुत बड़ा काम देश और दुनिया को किया है, और हम आपका उसके लिए बहुत बहुत आभार करते हैं बसंती देवी जी। इनके आगे अंशु जी बैठी हैं। मैं देख रहा था 2 पहाड़ियों को एक तरफ बिठा दिया है, तीसरा मैं भी मंच पर हूँ, तो मेरे लिए तो गर्व की बात है कि 3 महिलाओं में से 2 पहाड़ी हैं जिन्होंने ये काम करके दिया है। मैं मन ही मन में सोच रहा था, मैंने अपनी 10वीं की कक्षा के बाद जब मैं क्रिकेट खेलता था तो वैष्णो देवी गए माता के दर्शन करने, आशीर्वाद देने। सुबह सुबह चढ़े, दोपहर तक वापस आ गए दर्शन करके। रास्ते में फिर बाणगंगा के पास कुछ दोस्त मिले, वो दर्शन करने जा रहे थे, हम उनके साथ फिर वापस ऊपर चढ़ गए और फिर वापस अगले दिन सुबह आ गए। जहाँ एक और लोग देख रहे थे कि ये तो अभी दर्शन करके आए, वापसी पे फिर एक ही दिन में 2 बार चढ़ आए। हमें तब लगता था हम 2 बार दर्शन एक दिन में करके आ गए, लेकिन अंशु जी एक ऐसी महिला हमारे बीच में है कि जिस पर्वत की ओर चढ़ने का, चोटी तक पहुंचने का शायद कोई सपना भी ना देखता हो, उसको एक ही सीजन में 2 बार माउंट एवरेस्ट को चढ़ने का किसी ने काम किया है तो अंशु जी ने किया है। जहां एक और बसंती देवी जी को हाईएस्ट अवार्ड मिला है इंडिया का, नारी शक्ति पुरस्कार अवार्ड, वहीं पर अंशु जी को, जो मेरे अपने ही विभाग का है, तनसिंग नॉर्गे नेशनल अवार्ड मिला है, और इसके अलावा जो पद्मश्री अवार्ड भी इनको मिला है। ये अपने आप में दिखाता है कि महिलाएं या कोई भी व्यक्ति कुछ ठाने, उसको कोई रोक नहीं सकता। वैसे आग लगाने वाले तो आपको बहुत मिलेंगे दुनिया में, आग बुझाने वाली पहली महिला भी यहाँ पर हैं, जिन्होंने ठाना था कि मुझे आग बुझाने का काम करना, फायर फाइटिंग का काम करना है। नागपुर से हैं, खाकी पहनकर निकल रही थी। जब नागपुर की बात आती है और पहली महिला अधिकारी किसी कॉलेज से यूनिफॉर्म में पहनकर बाहर आए और इस सोच और जुनून के साथ आए कि जो आज तक किसी महिला ने 130 करोड़ के देश में नहीं किया है, वो हर्षिनी जी को करना है, ये सुनकर हम सब हर्ष और उल्लास के साथ यही कहेंगे, आपने कदम उठाया, आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, और आपने बहुत लोगों को प्रेरणा दी है, और आपको भी भारत की लक्ष्मी अवार्ड के साथ सम्मानित किया गया है। इंडिया इज अ कंट्री ऑफ स्टोरी टेलर्स. We have thousands and thousands of stories to tell. And let me tell Ms. Bela that India could be the hub for Netflix to create content and for the post-production hub. And I'm sure with Netflix, not only the Indians but people from across the world will come here to shoot, make films, make documentaries, not only for India but to showcase it to the world. And I'm sure this partnership of information and broadcasting and Netflix will not only be restricted to the year of Azadi ka Amrit Mahotsav. It is just the beginning, and I'm sure we have a lot to achieve. We have seen during the COVID-19 pandemic how these OTT platforms have emerged, and also the growth they have achieved in the last 2 years is phenomenal. Not only in India but across the world. They have created a new stream for entertainment. There are no language barriers, there are no boundaries. A story of India can reach out to any part of Latin America, to any other part of the remote or such small countries to the large countries. So today, content is king. If your content is worth watching, people will keep switching to the various OTT platforms. That is the power content has. That is the power of a story. And India, we have so many achievers, so many stories, a rich history and culture. And I'm sure we have a lot to showcase to the world and tell to the world. And I'm sure in the years to come, India, which is the largest filmmaker, we will be the largest content creator in the world and one of the best content creator in the world. Thank you once again. बहुत बहुत बधाई, बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं. जय हिंद, जय भारत.
Thank you very, very much, sir. And now I request Shri Chaitanya Prasad ji, Officer on Special Duty, Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, to kindly propose the vote of thanks, please. Sir.
Good afternoon. Namaskar. Honorable Minister for Information, Broadcasting, Youth Affairs and Sports, Anurag Singh Thakur, sir. Minister of State, Information and Broadcasting, Dr. L. Murugan. Secretary INB, Apur Chandra, sir. Our esteemed guests, Head of Global TV Netflix, Ms. Bela Bajaria. Our change makers, ladies and gentlemen, and indeed the inspirational women of today, Basanti ji, Anshu ji, Harshini ji. Senior officers of the INB Ministry and the media units, colleagues from the media, ladies and gentlemen. Honorable Minister mentioned about Prime Minister Sir leading Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav last year on the 12th of March. Honorable Prime Minister gave us 5 pillars, 5 themes for the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. The freedom struggle at 75, ideas at 75, achievements at 75, actions at 75, resolve at 75. 5 key pillars. Ladies and gentlemen, today's function is a continuation of the vision of the Honorable Prime Minister, which the Honorable Minister mentioned very clearly. Under the guidance of Anurag Singh Thakur, sir, at the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, we are all aware that we have continued on the path of change, innovation, partnership, and transformation. He mentioned several issues in his address. He talked about Jan Bhagidari, he talked about Jan Andolan, he talked about the inspirational Indian, he talked about the long-term creative partnership. He urged Netflix to make India the content hub of the world, and I'm sure, ma'am, you will do it with 75 videos to mark Amrit Mahotsav celebrations in India. And so we have Azadi Ki Amrit Kahaniyan. Secretary INB mentioned about the first transformative change that took place with OTT Netflix partnership at IFFI in November. It was a template for the global community to see how India had very well converged the two entities together, INB leading the front, and this was applauded internationally. Today we come on to the second phase, Azadi Ki Amrit Kahaniyan. I would like to thank the Honorable Minister of State for his continued support for the project, Secretary INB for providing the institutional support and making sure that we complete everything on time so that today's function takes place. We are grateful for the Netflix team led by Belaji and her colleagues for collating the stories of determination and empowerment. This is the reiteration of the idea of New India in the journey of celebrating the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Ladies and gentlemen, we have 3 women achievers. We saw the 3 videos and we were all spellbound. No words can express the kind of grit and determination that they have shown. As we entered Amrit Kal as part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, it is truly fantastic and fascinating to see what they have done. Our media units have stood by us to ensure that this function goes well. The INB ministry concerned units have ensured things go well. But last not the least, ladies and gentlemen, there has been a quiet team working very softly, closely, and in a focused manner, led by Vikram Sahai, the Joint Secretary, and his young team of officers of information service, Ankita Danda and Prateek Jain, and some young professionals. They've worked very hard to ensure this wonderful program today. We are grateful that we have assembled here in such large numbers to mark another transformative chapter as far as Ministry of Information and Broadcasting. Thank you very much. We are truly honored.
Thank you very much, sir. And as ladies and gentlemen, they say all good things must come to an end, but this is the beginning of another chapter. The collaboration between Ministry and Netflix will only move from strength to strength. We once again take the opportunity to thank all our dignitaries on the dais. I request all our dignitaries on the dais to kindly move to the VIP lounge, the first floor, and our friends out here, please join us for high tea at fourth floor. Fourth floor for high tea. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.